Hi folks, welcome to our latest planning outlook with the mountain forecast for the week ahead. We have a fairly repetitive weather pattern ongoing as we roll towards the weekend. Let's have a look through the charts for the days ahead, and Wednesday sees low pressure parked just to the west of Scotland and a general south to southwest of the airstream affecting the British Isles. We have fronts sweeping northeastwards, that responsible for some heavier rain, particularly in the morning. That will tend to break up somewhat, but leaving a legacy of rain and drizzle on the more south to southwest facing hills and mountains across western Scotland and areas around the Irish Sea. It's a windy day for all, gale force across the higher hills and mountains much of the day, and as the centre of low pressure just to the west of Scotland does move a bit closer, around Skye those wind speeds may well peak through the afternoon around 50-60 miles per hour or more right on those immediate westernmost mountains. A lot of low cloud will also shroud most higher areas through the day, lowest towards those western and southwestern facing coasts. It's a mild day overall, but in the wind feeling rather unpleasant. That mild air continues to waft up from the south on Thursday. The main frontal system is away to the west and the north of us, but we're just generally in that rather damp air mass coming up from the south. A weak sort of broken warm front within that may just give something a bit more persistent in terms of drizzly rain over an hour or so, that pushing northwards through the day across England and Wales. We may just also see some pulses of drizzly rain running northwards across Scotland, but the further north you go, across the Cairngorms and into the far north, the better chance of being dry for more of the day with some higher cloud breaks. The southernmost mountains again rather clagged in with that low cloud. A blustery day for all, but not quite as strong as on Wednesday. A chance that with that wind being a bit more to the south-southeast, some of the hills and mountains nearest the Irish Sea may just see the cloud bases somewhat higher compared to Wednesday. Further frontal systems continue to sweep their way north and eastwards across Britain into Friday. A spell of rain, quite heavy early in the day, will advance across England and Wales. That's probably soon gone for Wales, and a brightening up picture here, but still maybe some drizzly showers and some low cloud near to the coast. The rain across Scotland may linger for longer through the middle of the day, but even here tending to break, if anything, from the south. Associated with that front, a spell of quite squally and very gusty winds, gale force across the mountains, and maybe gusting in excess of 60 miles per hour for a spell, so be aware of some rather unpleasant conditions around. The peak of the wind likely to ease across England and Wales just as the isobars open out somewhat, and as we just get a slight ridge of higher pressure, it may become a largely dry story. Into the weekend, and further weather systems are never too far away. Some uncertainty of detail, but Saturday may give some places a half-decent day at least. Still that rather mild and quite damp airflow from the south coming in, which is likely to plague those more south and southwestern facing hills once more in areas of rain, drizzle and low cloud. But further north and east that you go, a greater chance of some drier and brighter conditions with higher cloud bases. Strongest winds toward the west, lighter winds further toward the east, and maybe light winds much of the day for a good part of England and Wales, but watch for the developing system in the southwest that may well start to spread in with some heavier rain later, and also that warm front as a whole may just move more extensively northwards across England, so a few uncertainties just to watch for. Broadly, south to southwesterly winds prevail into Sunday. Stronger winds likely, the risk of gales once more, particularly more northwestern areas across the Highlands. Some rain spilling eastwards, areas of showers following, and low cloud covering most western hills. Further east that you go, a greater chance of some drier and brighter spells. The general outlook into the start of next week is for southwesterly winds to prevail. We'll keep areas of low pressure trying to move in from the Atlantic. Some further wet and windy weather in the forecast at times, I'm afraid, and that will be the theme for a few days further ahead yet. The indications are mild in the early days of the week, but maybe just as the week goes on, as the source of the air turns more toward the northwest, then temperatures likely to fall, and there might be something more wintry developing on the mountain top. So some changes developing as the week goes on. Broadly though, it still looks pretty unsettled. We'll look at the weekend again in Thursday's Fleeting View, but that is your outlook for today. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.